Hello students, welcome to another video of number theory. Today we are going to start our second chapter. Second chapter is congruences. Chapter second of number theory is congruences. Second chapter of number theory is congruences. You have already learned about the congruence in FYBSc. We have seen the definition and some examples of congruence there. Now again we are going to start with definition, or we can say this is an introductory part or recall of the FYBSc. The definition of congruence. Definition of congruence. The definition of congruence. For any two integers a and b, definition is let a and b be any two integers, comma m is a positive integer, m is another positive integer, then we say that a is congruent to b under modulo m. We say that a is congruent to b under modulo m if this m divides a minus b. If m divides the difference a minus b. If m divides a minus b, then we can say that a is congruent to b modulo m. That is, we can say that if we apply the division algorithm on m and a, then we say that a is remainder whenever we divide m by a. If we divide a by this number m, then we say that this b is remainder. For example, our 20 is congruent to 5 modulo 5, since our 5 divides 20 minus 5, since 5 divides 15, since 5 divides this a minus b, that is 20 minus 5, that is our 5 divides 15, then we say that 20 is congruent to 5 modulo 15. Another example is, suppose for example 7 is congruent to, suppose under modulo 4, then 7 is congruent to 3 mod 4. 7 is congruent to 3 mod 4, since our 4 divides 7 minus 3. Suppose another example is the congruence. If we take the contrary example, if for example suppose this 15 is congruent under modulo, if we take this under modulo 3, then 15 is not congruent to 1, since 15 is not congruent to 1 modulo 3, since our 3 doesn't divides 15 minus 1, that is 15 minus 1 is 14, and we know that 3 doesn't divides 14. So we say that the congruence, or a is congruent to b mod m if this positive integer m divides the difference a minus b. If our number m divides a minus b, then we say that a is congruent to b mod m. And whenever our m doesn't divide the difference a minus b, in that case we say that a is not congruent to b mod m, since our b doesn't divide a minus b. This is the example. Our m doesn't divide a minus b. Here the example of. Now we are going to see the theorem, or 4 or 5 statements of this theorem, in which if the statement of the theorem is, if a, b, c, d are integers, then the first statement is, then the first statement is in which there are again three substatements. First statement is A is congruent to B mod m. A is congruent to B mod m. B statement is B is congruent to A mod m. And C statement is A minus B is congruent to 0 mod m. These three statements are equivalent. Now second statement is if A is congruent to B mod m, if A is congruent to B mod m and B is congruent to C mod m, A is congruent to B mod m and B is congruent to C mod m, then A is congruent to C mod m. A is congruent to C mod m. We are going to prove this. Now third statement is if A is congruent to B mod m, A is congruent to B mod m and C is congruent to D mod m. A is congruent to B mod m and C is congruent to D mod m, then A plus C is congruent to B plus D mod m, then A plus C is congruent to B plus D mod m, and A into C, that is AC is congruent to BD mod m. AC is congruent to BD mod m. Fourth statement is if A is congruent to B mod m, A is congruent to B mod m, also D is another positive divisor of m, that is D divides m and D greater than 0, D is positive divisor of m, then A is congruent to B mod D. A is congruent to B mod D. If A is congruent to B mod m and there exists a positive divisor D of m, then A is congruent to B mod D. This is fourth statement. Now fifth statement is if A is congruent to B mod m, if A is congruent to B mod m, then A k is congruent to Bk mod mk, Bk mod mk, where k be any integer, where this k be any integer, where k be any integer. Now we are going to prove these all statements. So the proof of first statement. The first statement is A is congruent to B mod m, B is congruent to A mod m and A minus B congruent to 0 mod m are equivalent. So we are going to prove this. A implies B, B implies, that is from using A we are going to prove B. Now using B we are going to prove C, and after that from C to A, that is A implies B, B implies C and C implies A. So in the proof of first, to prove first, suppose this we are going to prove A implies B, A implies B. Now consider A is congruent to B mod m. Let A is congruent to B mod m. We have seen the definition of congruence is, we say that A is congruent to B mod m if m divides A minus B. So m, using this definition we can say that or m divides A minus B, using that definition. Therefore by definition of congruence, we say that m divides A minus B. This is by using definition of congruence, Now m divides A minus B. So here on this step we can use the definition of divisibility. From the first chapter we have seen that A divides B, or this m divides a minus b if there exists a integer k such that a minus b is equals to m into some integer k. Therefore by definition of divisibility, by definition of divisibility, there exists an integer, suppose k, such that a minus b is equals to m into k. We have supposed a is congruent to b mod m, and we are going to prove b is congruent to a mod m. That is, we have to prove that m divides b minus a. Then we can say that b is congruent to a mod m. Now to prove that, suppose in this step we take the minus sign common. So this minus gives us minus of this minus a plus b. Taking minus sign common, we get minus a plus b is equals to m k. Now multiplying minus sign here and reversing this, we get b minus a is equals to minus m k. Multiplying both side by minus sign, we get this step. That is, this gives us b minus a is equals to m into minus of k. So this b minus a is equals to m into some k prime, where k prime is equals to minus k is again an integer. Therefore, again by using the definition of divisibility, we can say that m divides b minus a. This gives us m divides b minus a. This is by using definition of divisibility. Therefore, now we are going to use the definition of congruence here. Therefore, by definition of congruence, this gives us this m divides b minus a implies that b is congruent to a under modulo m. Therefore, by using the definition of divisibility, by using definition of congruence, we say that b is congruent to a mod m. Hence, from first we get the proof of second statement. Now we are going to prove the b implies c, that is, second statement implies third statement. Our second statement was b is congruent to a mod m, and we are going to prove that a minus b is congruent to 0 modulo m. Let b is congruent to a modulo m. Therefore, by definition of congruence, we can say that m divides b minus a. By definition of congruence, m divides b minus a. Now, by using definition of divisibility, since this m divides b minus a, we can use the definition of divisibility. Therefore, by definition of divisibility, there exists an integer k. Such that b minus a is equals to m k. m into k. We have to prove that this is from our assumption that b is congruent to a mod m. We have proved b minus a is equals to m k. Therefore, now we have to prove that a minus b is congruent to 0 mod m. So, simplifying this as taking minus sign common, that is multiplying by minus 1 on both sides, we get a minus b is equals to m of, suppose, minus k, multiplying minus sign, yes, we get this gives us a minus b is equals to m into k prime, where this k prime is equals to, suppose, this minus k. This gives us a minus b is equals to m into k prime, or we can write it as a minus b minus 0 is equals to m into k prime. A minus b minus 0 is again a minus b. So, this a minus b minus 0 is equals to m into k prime. This gives us our m divides, since this is equals to m into k prime, this gives us m divides this whole term, that is m divides, this is single straight line, m divides a minus b minus 0, a minus b minus 0. Therefore, this is by definition of divisibility. This is using definition of divisibility. And now, therefore, we can use the definition of congruence here, and this m divides, suppose x minus y gives us x is congruent to y modulo m. So, this gives us, therefore, by definition of congruence we can say that a minus b is congruent to 0 mod m. This gives us a minus b is congruent to 0 modulo m. This is by using definition of congruence, by definition of congruence. Here, this is by definition of congruence. Now, third statement implies first statement, that is C implies A. To prove this, C implies A. Let this third statement C was A minus B is congruent to 0 modulo m. Now, to prove that A is congruent to B mod m. So, using definition of congruence here, we get m divides A minus B minus 0, or we can write it as m divides A minus B. So, m divides A minus B gives us directly what? This m divides A minus B gives us A is congruent to B mod m. This gives A is congruent to A is congruent to B modulo m. This is by definition of, therefore, from this step we use the definition of congruence here. From this we get m divides A minus B, and again using definition of congruence we get this. This is by definition of congruence. By definition of congruence, and again using definition of congruence here we get this. Again this step is by definition of congruence. Hence, our C implies A. This implies, thus the statements A, B and C are equivalent. Statements A, B, C are equivalent. Now, the proof of our second statement. The second statement was if A is congruent to B mod m and B is congruent to C mod m, then we have to prove that A is congruent to C mod m. So, we have given that A is congruent to B mod m and B is congruent to C mod m. Let A is congruent to B mod m. A is congruent to B mod m. Therefore, by definition of congruence, we can say that this m divides A minus B. This is by definition of congruence. By definition of congruence. By definition of congruence. M divides A minus B. Now, from this step, on this step, we can use the definition of divisibility. Therefore, by definition of divisibility, by definition of divisibility, by definition of divisibility, there exists an integer k such that A minus B is equals to m k. A minus B is equals to m k. Now, also we have given that B is congruent to C mod m. Also, we have given that. Also, B is congruent to C mod m. This gives us this m divides B minus C. M divides B minus C. This is by definition of congruence. By using the definition of congruence. And here on this step we can use the definition of divisibility. Therefore, by definition of divisibility, by definition of divisibility, there exists another integer. Suppose this integer as k1 and another integer is k2. Therefore, by definition of divisibility, there exists, suppose k2 belongs to z, that is k2 another integer, such that this b minus c is equals to m k2. b minus c is equals to m into k2. From the given things, we have simplified these things as a minus b is equals to m k1 and b minus c is equals to m k2. We have to prove that a is congruent to this c. A is congruent to c modulo m. To prove this, we must prove that m divides a minus c. From this equation and this equation, suppose this is equation number 1 and this is the equation number 2. From this equation, you can clearly say that after adding these two, we get a minus b plus b. So, b is going to cancel and a minus c is going to remain. So, adding equation 1 and 2, we get, adding equations 1 and 2, we get, adding equations 1 and 2, we get a minus b plus this b minus c is equals to m k1 plus m k2. So, simplifying this, we get a minus b plus b gets cancelled and minus c is remaining. So, a minus c is equals to, and taking m common from these both step, so we get m into k1 plus k2, which gives us a minus c is equals to m into some k prime, where k prime is equals to k1 plus k2. Therefore, by using definition of divisibility, we can say that m divides a minus c. M divides a minus c by definition of divisibility. By definition of divisibility. And using definition of congruence on this step gives us this m divides this difference a minus c implies a is congruent to c mod m. This gives us a is congruent to c modulo m. This is by using definition of congruence, by using definition of, by using the definition of congruence. Now, the remaining 3 or 4 statements we are going to prove in next lecture.